Whoa, yeah, Tell them I want it in cash, I don't care if it's ones, I don't never take checks. Tell them I paid all my dues and I didn't pay taxes, but pay me respect. I've been in this shit for too long, I know ins, I know outs, I know where they can lag. I broke down the door, I pursued it. Can't no one stop what I'm moving. Can't no one stop what I'm moving. Already did what you doing.
Morning, everybody. 6:30 in the morning. Getting up, brushing my teeth, about to head to the gym. While we're talking about brushing your teeth, fluoride free. Don't use any toothbrush with any toothpaste with fluoride. Tom's a great brand. You get it from Whole Foods. Get rid of the fluoride. Get it out of your system. Very important key. Very important to your health. Get rid of the fluoride. We up. We're about to go downstairs. We're about to get the workout in. Will tell you it's very hard keeping this schedule with the new baby. New baby is up right now. She's in there eating with her mom. She's been up all night. It's very hard to wake up right now and get to work, but this is what we gotta do. This is what discipline all about, keeping the routine no matter what, even when you're tired, because I'm very tired right now. So let's hit the gym. There she go. Shh, gotta be quiet, let's sneak out of here. Having my toddler reinforced, because my dad always taught me to wake up early, but after I got to be an adult, I had to readapt it once I realized what it was doing for me, and once I realized the clarity I have in the mornings. Then having the toddler reinforce it even more, because it's like, you gotta be up before her, get as much done. So by the time we get back, she'll be woke, and so I try to give her that time before I go to the office. Like I told Jasmine, I'm normally with my trainer, but today is not one of those days, so I gotta train myself. Want to know the routine? To be honest, he switches it up every time, so it's like, what do you call it? Shock therapy. You gotta shock the muscles. Constant is we always start with abs and then stretching and then we go into the workout. That's the one constant. Last time, I crushed my best time. I did real good last time. But aufgedrücktes kleine Fenster des zweiten Fließ. Raus! Right, kann ich Schritt vorbei. Right. Wenn du mein After Right noch nicht gemacht hast, kannst du dir das nicht auch. Ja, Janis, auf den You see, I ain't come close to my what's name. Don't say it on there. Let me go back. 98. My best is a 111. Gotta get that workout in no matter what. Even when it sucks. Raining a little bit. So after every workout, I go walk. I have to walk to recover. I mean long walks because I have sickle cell. And so if I don't recover before I sit down, before I try to relax or anything like that, it'll act up. It'll cause pain. I don't know if you know about sickle cell, or I'm sure some people watching know about it, but some people don't. But it's a blood disorder. So your blood cells can clot in your joints, extreme pain. But yeah, so that's why I have to go on walks afterwards, just to give my body time to cool down before I relax or sit down or anything. Because the moment I sit down and my body all worked up, that cramping to start, and I'll be out. You know what I mean? So, walk time. And it's raining right now, but it's so hot out here, I actually feel kind of good. So, like I said, I normally go on a walk, but not normally. I always go on a walk just to let my body cool down. I'm sure most of y'all know what sickle cell is, but the ones who don't, again, it's a blood disorder to where the crescent moon is sickle. So your blood cells, instead of being round, they're crescent, they're sickle. And what happens is they clot in your joints and it causes extreme pain. So if you look up the top 10 worst pains you can have, sickle cell is like number either 1 or 2. Like above cancer, above, I don't know, everything. So just know extreme pain. Like that's what it causes. And so when we were on the road with K-Camp back in like 2014, 15, and just being on the road so crazy like that, it really messed me up. And so I had what we call sickle cell crises. And at that point, once you go into a crisis, your body shuts down. Like you can't walk, you can't do anything. It's just 100% pain throughout your whole body. And they usually last for weeks. And so you end up in a hospital for 2-3 weeks at a time. And so that happened to me 3 times in a 1-year span because I was doing so much on the road with camp. And so at that point, I decided to change my diet. So I hired a nutritionist and she completely changed my diet. My diet still changed to this day. I don't eat any processed food, no beef, no pork, no dairy. And changing the diet changed everything. Like I haven't had a crisis since. I still get, what I would call like flare-ups every once in a while, which is pain, but not to the point where I have a crisis and I had to go to the hospital and be in the hospital for weeks. So changing the diet changed everything. And then now, even adding exercise to it, it helps a lot. But you have to be very careful exercising with sickle cell. But there are still like successful athletes with sickle cell. There are people in the NFL with sickle cell. So I mean, if you manage your health, you can manage it. And so that's what I do. I manage my health. But the things that we have to do a little more than other people is do things like long recoveries, which is why I have to go on the walks after I work out to make sure that my body fully goes back to normal before I try to relax. Because if I try to relax, cramps come in. Next thing you know, sickle cell is there. Next thing you know, I'm out, for however long. So long story short, it's just something I got to deal with. Don't get me wrong, I take full advantage of this time. Like when I'm out here, I'm normally listening to the podcast. My favorite podcast is the Rich Dad Poor Dad podcast, because he really talks about everything that's going on right now with money. You know what I mean? The good and the bad of money. And so it just keeps me up to date on how to move my money around, what I'm investing in, where my money doesn't need to be. When you get to learn about money, it's a whole different ball game than just normal work hard, make money. You have to learn where to put your money, where to keep your money, where to invest your money, how to move your money. It's a constant cycle. You know what I mean? Your money just can't sit still. And so that's one of the things I take advantage of while I'm out here. Is I listen to his podcast, as well as some others. How I Built This is a really good one, where it's like all CEOs talking about how they built their companies. More importantly, the struggles they went through. You know what I mean? Because you always want to learn from other people's mistakes so you don't make those mistakes. And so I normally am listening to podcasts during this time, so I take advantage of it. And I appreciate the time, you know what I mean? My baby girl's still asleep, so I'm gonna get this reading in while I can. Mama said she climbed in the bed with us at 3 in the morning. She knows she's not supposed to do that. It is what it is. So, Venture Deals is what I'm reading right now. Very much like a textbook on venture capitalism. So I'm trying to power through it because it is not the easiest read. But I'm trying to power through it and finish it out because this is one of the many ways I'm changing our financial situation as a family. I don't mean just like my immediate family. I mean like my entire family, like aunts, uncles, etc., etc., etc. I think for me, the goal is for this generation, me, my cousins, siblings, to be the last generation to have to be concerned about money. You know, I want moving forward, all of our kids and grandkids, money only be an educational thing. Like we educate them about money, but there's no need or concern for them to go out and figure out, you know, how do I make money to survive? This just doesn't exist anymore from this generation moving forward. Like that's the goal. Just money is just about educational to them from this generation moving forward. I learned about venture capitalism maybe 3 years ago, in 2018, when I started just looking for ways to expand and looking for ways to invest my money, looking for other outlets to invest my money. That's when I learned about venture capitalism. But the problem was, even though I had the money, I didn't have the access. And so I spent the last 3 years searching for that access. And one of the first conversations I had when, you know, I got introduced to Troy Carter again, because we've spoken before in the past, but I got reintroduced to him at the beginning of 2021. And one of the first conversations I had was like, one of my main goals is to be able to invest in venture capitalism. If you know anything about Troy Carter, you should look him up if you don't. But he's like the godfather of tech and investments. He invested in Dropbox, Uber, I mean, many of things early on. And so when you see like the Nas's and the Futures and all these people investing in stuff, that's a result of Troy Carter. Like he introduced music to investing into tech. You know what I mean? And so when I had that conversation with him, I was like, listen, I just need to be at the table. I need to be able to invest in these things. And, you know, he's a man of his word. I'm now invested in several different companies. Some of them we talked about here on Music Power Respect. So you guys are aware of that. But even with that being said, I still have to continue to educate myself and learn more and more about the business, because even venture capitalism, it is a business. You know what I mean? Like Troy Carter runs a venture capitalism firm. It's a business. And so I have to learn as much as I can about that business if I want to be successful at this part of the business. I actually am in a process of closing my first SPV, special purpose vehicle, which is basically, you know, where people come together to invest in one specific outlet. And so we're actually in the process of closing our first one for MPR Ventures. And so I'm very excited about that. I think it'll be closing, if not by the end of this week, top of next week. And so that's amazing. It's our first investment as a firm. So things are moving along well, man. I'm very excited about it. I'm very grateful to Troy Carter and the other people who have introduced me, like Susie Rue, who have introduced me into this world and given me the access that I've been looking for. So very appreciative. You gotta leave in 20 minutes. It was so hard to find cups that she wouldn't break. These are the best ones. Otherwise, she gonna chew through them. She gonna find some way to break them. But these are great. So if you got a toddler, these are the cups you want. And she drinks oat milk. Come on. Let's put this over here with you. Here's your. Okay, we wash it, okay? We wash it, we'll change that, and then daddy go bye-bye, okay? Daddy gotta go bye-bye, okay? I love you. Make a kiss. Give a kiss, bye-bye. Baby, you already showing up for the camera, you on me too. Give me a kiss while I go. Alright. I take it. I'll see you later, okay? Doing shit that's gonna make
What's up, fella?
Morning, my guy. No, so today, I mean, really, we just want to get into the MPR stuff, bro. Like, we just really gotta kind of buckle down on what we have going on, figure out how to maximize that, and then I really kind of need your ideas on other ways we can bring in revenue surrounding those. You know what I mean? Because I know it's other outlets that I probably haven't thought of that I know you would have. So we can just talk about that. I'm gonna go through my emails first just to clear that up and make sure everything good, and then we can jump into it.
Sound like a plan. Let's get it.
So I hope the insight to my morning routine was helpful. You know, build your own routine. The key to it is just routine. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be anything like mine as long as it's a routine. You need routine because you need discipline. And so the more you can be disciplined, the better off you are. It's just like the idea of making up your bed in the morning. Because once you make up your bed in the morning, you've completed a task and you feel more confident. That's one task completed, you can go after the next task. And so that's all a routine is about completing these tasks. You know, as you can see, mine was not perfect. I did terrible in the gym because I was sleepy, but I did it. I did terrible on the Peloton because I was sleepy, but I did it. You know what I mean? I followed my routine because it's all about completing tasks so you can start your day with confidence. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. Look forward to seeing y'all some more. Subscribe, like, leave comments. Let me know how you do your thing. Any tips you got for me, leave them in the comments. I'll take the tips. I appreciate it. All right, music, power, respect.